this week we're starting our new series called Big Deal. And this talks about the deal that we have when we enter into a relationship with Christ. And when you start talking about big deal, one of the things that's often used by Christians, and a word that we always love saying, is the word blessed, right? Diba? Lord, more blessing. Lord, I'm blessed. Oh, I'm blessed like this. I was blessed with like that. And we keep on saying the word blessed, and sometimes it actually loses its meaning. And if you look at social media, even non-Christians would use the word blessed. And here are some examples of how they use it as a hashtag. Sneeze in public today, blessed. Right? So medyo hindi connected, no? I don't know why. Okay, caught a piece of bacon falling out of my sandwich right before it hit the ground. Hashtag blessed. You know, it's crazy because we use words so much that sometimes it loses its core meaning. Na pag sinabi mong bless, it is now a different, you don't know what it really means. And it's so easy for us to say, bless, or I want more blessing. And in the next 3 weeks, the prayer is that all of us here would have a proper understanding of what blessing is when we say bless or blessing. Okay? Because once we have the right biblical understanding of what blessing and what being blessed is all about, it puts us in a standpoint and a position that I'm already blessed. And therefore, if I understand blessing, it would affect how I would handle my personal finance, how I make business decisions, career decisions, mga gagawin ko sa buhay, mga hingin ko kay Lord would now be different because we have a different perspective when it comes to blessings. And again, we have to challenge some of the mindsets and vocabulary we have as people of God when it comes to blessing. For a lot of people, the big deal about Christianity is that I will be blessed. I go to church so that I will be blessed. If God gives me this, I am blessed. Sister, blessing! Nakatanggap ako ng fill in the blanks. And we use the word bless in almost everything. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong, but again, most of the time, if we use words, it loses what it really means. So a lot, we put that kind of thinking into our relationship with Jesus, which means when I enter into a relationship with Christ, you want to just continue getting the blessing. And we think that's the big deal. When I'm materially blessed, when I experience financial breakthrough, it means I'm close with the Lord thought of me. And that's our standpoint. No? Kasi pagka nakatayo ka on a position that you're already blessed compared to people who think like, I'm lacking and I need more of God's blessing, those two would live different lives. Malayo yan. Ang taong in a standpoint that I am already blessed, I don't need to go to church to be blessed. I'm blessed, that's why I go to church. That would have a different implication on your life. Now, for a person who would go to church to be blessed, his thinking, his lifestyle would be, I always need something so that I'll feel blessed. Nalala nyo nung lumabas yung iPhone 4 and you prayed, Lord, if you give me this, it would really be a blessing. Right? Nasaan na yung iPhone 4 nyo ngayon? Kinakaya nyo na dahil may iPhone 6. Di ba? Nagbabago. Why? Because you're on a standpoint of, I'm not yet that blessed. I need more, so that I would feel the favor of God in me. And the favor of God always follows me because, blessings keep on dropping left and right. But if you're in a standpoint that I'm already blessed, even if you have the Job moment, as what we've gone through the past 3 weeks, you'll understand the Lord gives and the Lord takes away. It doesn't change my disposition with God because I'm already blessed. And so, we go back to what Scripture has to say. I hope we do not substitute the biggest deal that Christ offers us with something trivial or pitiful. Let me give you an example. If someone tells you, can I treat you for coffee, and he gives you a choice, 3-in-1 or coffee bean, what would be your answer? 3-in-1. No, coffee bean, of course. Right? A 5 peso coffee or a 120 peso coffee. Of course, di ba? 3-in-1, mabibili ko yan. Sige, let's go to coffee bean, right? Because that's the better one, right? And so a lot of Christians, what they do is they try to settle for the 3-in-1. Oh, financial blessing, financial breakthrough. That's good, huh? I'm not saying it's bad. But we settle for that. And we think that would define my faith in God if I'm experiencing financial breakthrough. But God says, no, I'm offering something far bigger than 3-in-1. I'm giving you coffee, real coffee. Di ba? Pag tinanong sa'yo, ano bang gusto mo? Gusto mo ba ng pansit canton? Or ramen nagi? Di ba? Siyempre. Ano? Ha? Yung iba, pansit canton pa rin, no? Hindi pa ba kayo nagsawa? You know why Chinese are all chinky eyes, no? You know that, right? Because every time our mom cooks pansit and we go home, pansit na naman. So, it's no question. Pansit canton, ramen nagi. Of course, ramen nagi. I can buy an 8 peso pansit canton every time I want, but I can't always eat a 450 pesos ramen in Robinson's Magnolia. Parang gusto ko nang umuwi. Okay. Right? And so, the problem we have is when it comes to the blessing of God, we always fall into the trap of taking something that's pitiful or trivial, that we don't experience what Christ is actually offering us. And that's what we want to talk about today. In Deuteronomy 7, it says, and Deuteronomy is the second reading of the law and of the promises of God. Right? And so it was God's reminder, this book. And so he says in chapter 7, verse 6, for you are a people, holy to the Lord your God. The Lord your God has chosen you to be a people for His treasured possession. Out of all the peoples who are on the face of the earth. The Lord was talking to the Israelites at this time. And He told them that God has personally handpicked them and said, you are my treasured possession. As children of God who entered into a relationship or a covenant with God, the scripture tells us that the Lord Himself personally handpicked you. Now, this is big. It's like if God has a Facebook account and He's allowed only 5,000 friends. Out of all the face of the earth in the accounts of Facebook, He chooses to friend request you. Right? And He adds you. He personally handpicks you. And not only that, He said, you are my treasured possession. We're not just Facebook friends. I value you. I love you so much that I call you my treasured possession. All of us, we have possessions, am I right? But He says, no, but you're not just any possession. You are my treasured possession. Handpicked and a treasured possession. It's like, for the men here, it's like a pickup game, basketball. Sino dito nagba-basketball? You like basketball, even if basketball does not like you. Alright? Di ba? Di ba minsan, you imagine pickup games during high school, and you're the one who doesn't really know how to play basketball, but you're complete in gear, headband, wristband, Jordan, braces, right? And it always happens every dismissal. Basketball game, the famous guy picks his team, and the other guy picks his team, and you're there, and you're wanting to be picked, right? And on a normal day, nobody picks you, right? Even though you're complete in gear. Right? But Jesus said, I personally handpick you. It's like a girl wanting to go on a prom date and waiting for somebody to call her. And she's saying, oh, nobody will pick me. Oh, I'm not as famous as that. And then the famous guy in school calls you up and say, can you be my prom date? You know, ho, 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 ho. Parang ganon, di ba? Personally handpicked, but more than personally handpicked, more than personally chosen, you were made into His treasured possession. It's like you can't touch this. The enemy cannot snatch you out of my hands. Treasured possession. Before Pastor Larry understood biblical finance, I went to his home and I saw a lot of toy collection. Batmobile Classic. All in the box. You cannot touch it. It's for eyes only. I said, for the first time I met a friend who collects toys, so don't play with it. So I go, oh, buksan natin. No, you can't. Oh, okay. Is that holy ground? Diba? Do I need to take off my sandals to play with that? He said, my sons can't even open it. It's special. It's the Batmobile. At night, I play with it alone. No, okay. No, he doesn't do that. But it's a treasured possession. But when he met Christ, everything changed. I think he gave it away or sold it somewhere. But it no longer has a hold on him. Why? Because he saw something more valuable than that. And Jesus said, when I look at my people, I see them as my treasured possession. So as a child of God, you were personally handpicked before time to be His child. The question is, why? Why me? Not like Job, why me, no? But Lord, why pick me? Why choose me? Why make me your treasured possession? It was not, verse 7, because you were more in number than any other people that the Lord set His love on you and chose you. For you were the fewest of all peoples. It was not because you're special, you're good, nothing to that effect. Hindi kanya pinili dahil, ito, cute to, bagay to sa kingdom ko. Wala. Sabi pa nga sa Bible, He chose the foolish things of this world. It means there's nothing special about you, but He chose you. He predestined you to be part of His team. He handpicked you. He says, but it is because the Lord loves you and is keeping the oath that He swore to your fathers, that the Lord has brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you from the house of slavery, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. The reason He picked us, not because we're the strongest or the fewest. Hindi rin na, kaawa-awa naman to. Walang nagmamahal. Hindi ganon. Hindi kanya pinili dahil unlovable ka or walang nagmamahal sa'yo, but because He loves you. Man, that's amazing. God did not pick the Israelites because they were the strongest or the fewest. He said, I chose you because I love you. I want to love on you. That's why I handpicked you and I've made you my treasured possession. It is the Father's love. Ganon magmahal ang Lord. Ganon umibig si Lord. He handpicks us. And some of us, maybe you're living a life of insecurity because, you feel like nobody loves you. I'm telling you, somebody loved you already. Fully. And it's Christ. Think about this. How many people today try to buy love? Ilan sa atin, normal sa atin, na bayaran ng isang relationship? Libre ko yan para maging close kami. Invest ako sa kanya. How many? How many of you, you're dying to be accepted on the group, on any group in campus, and you would do anything to be part so that you'll be loved and accepted? Bakit? Kahit pag matanda na, ganun din. Sino sa inyo, you would exchange everything just to experience the love of your parents. You want to be loved. You want to be accepted. And Christ has done that for us. You see, ang kailangan natin, di naman talaga financial eh. The blessing of God is actually more relational than financial. The big deal is not actually financial breakthrough or more material blessings or the latest gadgets. It's not. It's relational. That's why in Deuteronomy 7, God started with this. Sabi niya, I will love on you. You don't need to pay this love. You can't buy me love. Na, 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 na. Di ba? Can't buy love. I'm loving on you. Because the biggest deal is not that you're praying for finances to fall down on your lap and the gates of heavens will open so He will pour out so much blessing. You're already blessed. Why? Because I have loved on you. Sino sa inyo, hindi kayo mag-iisip, pipiliin nyo. Anong pipiliin nyo? Pera o pag-ibig na may magmamahal sa'yo? Ano? Both. No? Yung iba, pag-ibig sa isang mayaman na lalaki. Pambihira, karnal. Okay, anyway. Really? What do I want more? More cars and a wife who doesn't love me? More career promotions and my children won't respect me? We're all relational beings, whether you like it or not. Kahit introvert ka pa, naghahanap ka ng pag-ibig, and God has given us that. And a lot of people run away and cannot accept the Father's love. That's why there's a lot of insecure people. And a lot of people do crazy, stupid stuff because they can't accept the Father's love. Pero pag naintindihan mo, mahal ka ni Lord, grabe. Yung standpoint mo, blessed na ako, loved na ako. Ibang-iba how you live your life. And that's why I would always say, I'm rich because I'm loved. I'm not rich because I have a car. I'm not rich because I have a house that's fully paid. I'm rich because I'm loved. And because I know I'm loved and I'm blessed, it's easier to actually manage my personal finance. It's easier actually to be content with life. It's easy. It's not even, parang you don't even need to debate about it. And that's why you would see like this Martin, this campus missionary, who would leave a high-paying job and live by faith. Why? He's on a standpoint that I'm already blessed. I will be challenged. My faith will be stretched. I'm 35 and I'm committing what for some would say a career suicide. But I'm loved by God and that's enough. And God will see me through when I take a step of faith. Our blessing is more relational than financial. God was establishing His relationship with His people. Sabi niya, ako hanapin niyo. Huwag yung regalo ko sa inyo. Go to me, run to me. I'm offering a relation. I'm loving on you. And loving on you sometimes means I'm blessing you materially and sometimes holding back material blessings because it will destroy you. Why? Because I love you. I'm loving on you. And that's God. And that's how God operates. And so in Deuteronomy 7, some of us, we try to focus more on the last part. We're in, blessing the livestock and the herds. No. He started with the relationship. He said, the big deal is relational. It's not financial. That's why parents, you cannot compensate love or your lack of love and time with toys. Your kids would know. Toys would work day 1, not on day 2. Right? You can't just say, I love you because I'm giving you toys. I've been with my kids for 2 weeks, 24 hours a day. It's tiring. I need a vacation from our vacation. Okay? But when we went home, it's not like, Dad, we've been together for 2 weeks. Space, please. No. They're like, what do we do tomorrow? Oh, it's your day off tomorrow. What's the plan? Oh, can we rest? Can I not talk to you? No, you can't. He can't say that. Right? Namuhunan na ako ng 2 weeks sa'yo, bahala ka na for 2 weeks. Di ba? No. They're looking for that. And it's the same way with us and with God. Why? He's a relational God. He's loving on us. He's filling us with His love. Come on, you're in this room, you long to be fully known and to be fully loved. I think that's the dream of everyone. For people to see how sinful I am, but still choose to love me. And Christ did that to us. He loved on us even while we were still sinners. I'm rich because I'm loved. I'm rich because I'm in a standpoint, in a position that I'm already blessed. I don't need more blessing. Chew that first, no? Minsan kasi, Lord, more blessing, more. You're so blessed already. We are so blessed already. Our blessing is more relational than financial. Verse 9. Know therefore that the Lord your God is God, the faithful God who keeps covenant and steadfast love with those who love Him and keep His commandments to 1,000 generations. Verse 10, and repays to their face those who hate Him by destroying them. He will not be slack with one who hates Him. He will repay him to his face. You shall therefore be careful to do the commandment and the statutes and the rules that I command you today. What do you notice in this verse? He says, I'm entering into a covenant with you. If you love me, thousands from your generation would experience supernatural blessings from me. My presence and my peace. Thousands would be visited to thousands of generations. But He says, I will repay to their face those who hate me. Man, that's strong. But what can we see here? I want you to note on the exclusive relationship that God demands from us. What He's saying is, you and me, it's like ABC. You and me, 1 + 1, 2. Okay. Whatever. Okay. Wala akong pick-up line sa 1 + 1. Magellan. Okay, so it's just, we're exclusive. I enter here, you enter this. I'll love on you. Like overwhelming love you. To the point, like, too much love. Thank you, Jesus. I'm loving on you. But this needs to be exclusive. I am a jealous God. You shall have no other gods before me. Why? Because the blessing is more relational than financial. He wasn't saying, I love on you and so that I could give you more finance. Di ba ganon ang idolatry? Have you noticed? I grew up with a lot of idols at home. Sa tindahan, may palaka na may, ba't siya nandyan? Para mas malaki kita mo. Yeah, yung pusang nagrarap, di ba? Lalagay mo yan. And always, have you noticed? Or is it just me? Have you noticed the blessing for idols is more financial than relational? Right? You don't bring that frog everywhere you go. Oh, I love this frog. No. You don't even worship the frog. And we have all those frogs at home. We had everything. It was not an exclusive relationship. And I know this might, I know it's quite sensitive culturally for us. Because some of us, you'll go home with a lot of gods. But God said, no, this is exclusive. I'm loving on you. Let's not have a third party. It's you and me. And it's a decision you have to make. It's exclusive. Because this is more relational than financial. Something to think about. The deal, again, is more relational than financial. The Lord demands exclusive allegiance towards Him. It's like He was saying, a lot of us, we run after the icing, we don't enjoy the cake. What happens? You become diabetic, no? You've got to enjoy the cake. Diba? You've got to get the meat and not just enjoy the sauce. And that's what happens when we look at God as more financial than relational. We lose the meaning of blessed and blessing because we're running after something else and not someone. God is after our heart. And that's why we must be people after God's own heart. Bonus na yung material blessings. It will come. And again, I'm not guaranteeing. It will come, then you can have Job moments. I don't know. But what Deuteronomy was saying is if I'm there and my presence is there, you can even make declarations like the Lord gives, the Lord takes away. Because I am your great reward. I am your peace. I am your provision. I am who I say I am. I'm already blessed. In verse 12, he says, and because you listen to these rules and keep and do them, the Lord your God will keep with you the covenant and the steadfast love that he swore to your fathers. Look at verse 13. He will love you. Again, relational. Bless you and multiply you. He will also bless the fruit of your womb and the fruit of your ground, your grain and your wine and your oil, the increase of your herds and the young of your flock in the land that he swore to your fathers to give you. You shall be blessed above all peoples. There shall not be male or female barren among you or among your livestock. And the Lord will take away from you all sickness and none of the evil diseases of Egypt, which you knew will he inflict on you, but he will lay them on all who hate you. Now, you read this, and here's actually the question. Kung hinimay mo to, itong question eh. Have we fulfilled our end of the covenant? Have we fully obeyed the Lord? Have we not disobeyed Him even once? Meron ba dito? Meron bang mayabang dito na magtataas ng kamay? That's the problem. Uh-oh. I've broken covenant with God. I've sinned against God. Nobody's sinless. Everybody sinned against God. So how can I even declare that I'm blessed if I haven't fully obeyed the covenant of God? And here's the answer. Because somebody fulfilled the covenant for us. And that is Jesus Christ. If you fast forward from Deuteronomy and go to Galatians 3, it will start to make sense. And that's why if you read the Bible, you can't just read it one book. You have to read it macro. Because if it's just there, you'll end up misinterpreting a lot of verses. So you've got to see it in a broader perspective. In Galatians 3, he says, Christ redeemed us from the curse of the law by becoming a curse for us. For it is written, cursed is everyone who is hanged on a tree. So that in Christ Jesus, the blessing of Abraham might come to the Gentiles so that we might receive the promised Spirit through faith. What that means is I cannot fully obey the covenant. Now, I'm not saying I blatantly disobey the covenant, but I cannot fulfill the end of my covenant, but somebody fulfilled it for me. Meron na pong nagbayad para ma-experience natin yung blessing, and that is Jesus Christ. And that's why when we say the big deal is more relational than financial, what that means is the only way for this to happen, to be in a standpoint of blessing, is to have that relationship with Christ. Because only Christ redeemed us from the curse of the law. Only Christ has overcome the power of sin and death and has given us His righteousness. And we've talked about that in our previous series. Kaya importante na may relationship ako kay Lord. Kasi kung wala yan, wala lahat. That's why it's more relational than financial. And that's why God said in Deuteronomy 7, I chose you, you did not choose me. I love you, you did not love me. I accepted you, not you accepted me. Because I choose to love on you. Not because we're good, but because He is good. Jesus paid it all on the cross. Our blessing is more relational than financial. Where are you now? How's your standpoint when it comes to blessing and being blessed? Ikaw ba yung taong feeling mo kulang pa at I need more? Or are you coming from a standpoint, wow, because of my relationship with Christ, I am already blessed. And when more of this comes, it is icing on the cake because I know this is more personal and relational than just material blessings. Christ redeemed us, took away our curse so that we might receive the promised Spirit through faith.